Good morning, 7th grade. Today we're going to begin our Catechism class using a Bible Handbook Introduction. This booklet you can find inside of your envelope. As you notice on the front cover, it's entitled A Self-Study Course About the Main Message of the Bible. And that's exactly what it means. You're going to be able to go through this simply section by section, chapter by chapter, and be able to find the answers to the questions from the context of the reading material. I also want to make you aware that purposefully there are some blank pages. Those pages you can use to later on practice maybe writing your books of the Bible or taking some notes, but intentionally there's nothing printed on some of these pages. So you're going to notice as we go to page 2, page 3, page 4, okay? Up ahead to page 5, we see the table of contents. Our goal for today is to talk about what we're going to be doing today, Tuesday, and then also for Thursday's class. So if you'd like to go ahead and work ahead and finish up this week's work, you certainly can do that. So about this book, Chapter 1, What is the Bible? And Chapter 2, Why is the Bible so important? If I turn ahead to page number 7, you're going to read just a little introduction about this book. Again, it's a handbook for the Bible, so we're going to be learning about how the Bible is organized, how the Bible is divided, and what is the goal for each of the sections of the Bible, the Old Testament and the New Testament. Also, I want to highlight for you that in our study of each of these chapters, there's going to be a small star or an asterisk, which is going to help us to understand what the goal is for the particular section that we're reading. This might be something that you could highlight if you want to be following along with that. Also, you're going to see that there are questions. There are some true and false. There are some fill in the blank. There are some multiple choice questions. But to help us study, there's going to be a note that says, please turn ahead to a certain page number. And there you're going to be able to check yourself. And that's why this is called a self-study course of the Bible. So you're going to be learning and getting your immediate feedback because you'll be able to find the correct response after you try to fill in the correct answer. So once again, this page here shows us the introduction to our handbook. And then paging ahead, we notice that we have the first chapter, which is entitled What is the Bible? And in the use of our chapter number 1, we're going to be taking a look at the definition of the Bible, what are the contents of the Bible, how the Bible is divided into chapters, and then the names of those. If you page ahead, you're going to notice that in these first pages, there are going to be the references to where you can find your answers. For example, question number 2 on page number 5 shows us that we have an answer on the bottom of page number 6. So the Bible is really a collection of, okay, and then it will show you your answer on the bottom of the pages, okay? And so as you go through chapter number 1 and you're studying about the books of the Bible, you want to be sure that you stop frequently and check those answers to be sure that you have it. Also, I want to draw your attention to the fact that you do have a toolbar on the top, which is going to enable you to scroll your pages up and down. You're also going to have the ability to increase the size of your font or to decrease the size of your font. So you can also play around with that and put it in the most comfortable font that you need to study. So my goal is for today, if you'd like to work through chapter number 1, is to go through and read the sections and respond going through the bottom of page number 12. you'll see that at the end of each one of our sections, there's going to be a chapter test. And this chapter test is going to help us to review the items that were found inside of that chapter. So if you turn ahead in your booklet to page number 13, there is a brief review of the material that was found in this first chapter. The review of chapter 1, God speaks to us through the Bible, reviewing that there are 66 books in the Bible and that you have the Old Testament and the New Testament. Okay? So, very briefly, what you want to be looking for are the sections and the questions that follow those sections that are numbered. In this particular chapter, it goes through page number 12, and there are 22 questions. Again, after each section, it's going to say, check your answers. And so if you're looking on page number 12, you finish number 22, it says check your answers on the bottom of page 13. You go to the bottom of page 13, and there are your answers. Now, I understand it would be easy enough to go and page ahead to 13 and just copy the answers. And again, no one's going to stop you from doing that. However, I think it'll be helpful for you to take a few minutes to read the material, do your best to respond to that, and then fill in your answers. At the end, beginning on page number 14, as I had mentioned before, each of the chapters is going to have a little test. Now, there are no answer responses for these. These you need to fill in for yourself. Follow the directions, go back through your material, and to the best of your ability, fill these in. When I collect your books at the end of the week, when you turn your packet in, I'll go through and I'll check your responses, okay? Again, it's perfectly okay. Go back, find these correct answers, and put them on the blanks. So, the assignment for today, Tuesday, is to go through chapter number 1, the division of the Bible in between the Old Testament and the New Testament and the books that are there. Again, if there's any section here that you're having a difficult time with or something that you don't understand quite what to do in the section, please send me a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I want to give you some heads up because on Thursday, the assignment says chapter 2, and the directions for chapter 2 are the same as chapter 1. We'll be reading through the section. Chapter 2 is entitled Why the Bible is So Important. And at the end of each one of these sections, there's going to be a few questions, again with the ability to check your answers after you go through the section. Again, my suggestion is that you try the best that you can to fill this in. Go to the bottom of the page that's listed, in this particular instance, page 21, check your answer, and then go on to the next page. As was true in chapter number 1, when you get to the end of chapter number 2, on page number 26, there's going to be a test like there was on the end of chapter number 1. Please go back. All of the answers are found in the material that you would have read, and fill in these answers. And when you've filled in these answers, then I will check them again when you turn your packet in at the end of the week. So our assignment for today, so that you stay on track, is to go through chapter number 1. Respond to the questions that are found in each one of the sections, and then when you get to the end, do the test on chapter number 1. Our assignment for Thursday is going to be chapter number 2. Respond to the questions, check your answers on the bottom of the pages, and then go back through chapter number 2 to answer the questions for the test on chapter number 2. If there are any questions, please get a hold of me and I will help you through whatever challenge that there happens to be. If you want to work ahead, you can complete chapter 1 and chapter 2 today, but as long as it's complete and returned in your packet so that I can score it for you next week. God's blessings to you as you begin your catechism study this year, going through our Bible handbook, and I'm sure that God is going to bless you and He's going to bless me as we faithfully study His Word. Thanks and have a great day.